Acolytes. They really thought this was a good idea. A new game. I don't know what this is exactly about, but hey, if Altaori say something about it, then I will hear in in a lot of cases. Let's just start.
What is fun about an abandoned warehouse trip? Okay. What's this all about?
Treaties were signed, promises made and broken. Is it stealing to take back what was stolen?
Stolen? Who's stealing them?
Us.
So there's conversation going around this game called Reloaded. And before everyone comes out and starts the very predictable chanting, "Grifters! We were just waiting for y'all to say something. Grifting, am I right?" Think very carefully as to why you're getting pressed about people coming out and talking about stuff like this. First of all, the one thing I will say is that the game looks beautiful. The concept itself isn't bad. However, I find it really weird that the same people who are talking about harmful stereotypes will go bend over backwards to defend this just because people are talking about it that might not look like them. Meanwhile, there are people who do look like them that have an issue with it. Actually, listen to what...
Yes, and by the way, DEI stuff, instant red flag, not even gonna sugarcoat it. I am instantly in a wave of, it just... be definitively defensive about it.
What people are saying first, because I do think that yes, especially nowadays, probably not the best idea to release a game like this. For which audience? Because with all the stuff that's happening in society right now, you think white people are gonna buy this? Really? With all the stuff that's happening in society right now, especially the sentiments towards black people, you think black people are gonna buy this?
Yes.
And that's okay if you want to even support the game just because you want to support the game, or I guess boycott your enemies, sure. But games usually don't exist off of stuff like that. If you're going to boycott something en masse, like it not being up to standard, and you decide not to buy it, that's fine. But if you're going to come together and actually support it to buy it, I find that it's a lot harder, especially when you don't have the actual right reason for doing it. It has to...
Yeah, the thing is, it's not even that it's hard to do this. The thing is, if you just do a good game, things will be fine. It's honestly simple as that. But we are just so freaking, like every single one of us, acolytes, I at least assume, is just tired of this entire DEI bollocks that just comes out time after time after time again for absolutely no effing reason. At least that's with me. And this is just a gigantic red flag. Why is this game, or why does it look... I mean, Altaori is just correct about it. F this.
Actually be good. So for people who don't know, and just for the people out there crying and saying that we're grifting for talking about this, you yourselves had said stuff like this, but isn't there like a perpetually harmful stereotype about black people stealing and looting?
Concerned for your safety?
Nah. You know why? Look over there. Those are my people. So my people's gonna hurt me. They're not part of a good cause.
Looters ducking in to take what they can.
I could see the glass being completely just shattered, blown out by some object that they threw through the window.
The alarm company called me, a lot of people from the neighborhood, because it's a neighborhood barbershop, and I try to help the community out, and I cut a lot of kids, so I just want whoever to know, whoever did this to know that I take care of my kids, and if you have kids too, that, I didn't deserve this.
And the thing is, every time the media is pushing this, I'm sorry, the most of what they show on the news are black people looting and stealing.
Yes,
and so
true.
Everybody thinks, look, I'm just saying that's what the news pushes. So
Yes.
everyone is going to start to associate black people or dark-skinned people with looting and thievery.
Correctly.
And the thing is,
Yes.
people don't like talking about this because they're scared they're going to be called racist. Even black people in the community, when they speak up about it, they're called Uncle Tom and all these
Correctly,
horrible
yes.
names by other black people. So if people can't talk about issues like this, then how are they going to be fixed? This isn't the first
They
time
won't.
that...
They just won't. She is correct about asking that questions. The people that are talking about this, that are saying, hey, how can we fix it? And the answer is we won't. As long as the entire thing is going the way that it's going, we're just gonna digress. Sad as it is. It's just not gonna happen. There cannot, out of this kind of hate, there cannot come anything positive out.
And I've talked about the portrayal of dark-skinned people either. And at the core of this issue is the centuries-old racist trope of black people as thieves or savages, even people who are not. You think about poverty
Correctly.
areas
Yes.
where black and white people will steal equally. It just seems like black people are doing it more because in those specific areas that they're showing, the demographic is more so skewing black. So you have this harmful stereotype that's perpetuated in this country about black people being thieves. And in the
Yes.
midst of this, when society is at a peak time where they're getting annoyed because criminality is just, there's leniency being
Picking.
shown around criminals in general,
Yes.
especially in cities, you thought it would be a good idea to release a game that centers around black characters or African characters stealing, even if the premise is reclaiming artifacts stolen
Yes.
from them. The game is kind of leaning into these tired stereotypes. Even if it's satire or subversion or whatever they want to say it is, it's still replicating the damaging imagery that's reinforcing
yes.
these association in popular media, especially right now. Imagine if there was a game where Jewish people had to steal back gold from banks. Oh, the Jewish people would be on that so fucking quick.
By the way, Akrat, we already have something like that in World of Warcraft Goblins. If you know, you know.
They'd be like, okay, what? Like, that would clearly and immediately be seen as offensive, and there would be a big hoo-ha about it. The fact that this game was even greenlit and marketed this way, it kind of shows a massive failure in cultural sensitivity and basic common
Yep.
sense. Like, read the room. Here's a legitimate question that I have, right? Why is it any time that black people are pointed out in media or they're starring in media, and it wasn't this way, like, in our parents' times and stuff, they had gotten past that. But lately, it seems like all modern stuff that comes out, movies, shows, whatever, why is it that the black characters have to always revolve around crime, struggle, or theft? Why is it, oh my gosh, someone's being racist against us, we're victims? Or, oh, we gotta go steal. Even in the Robin Hood show that I talked about and I reviewed, they had those same tropes. And yo, a black person is the one who directed this. Like, he'll be the first people to talk about fight against the people, but you're also showcasing all the worst stereotypes about your community and calling it, I'm just trying to tell
Correctly.
our truth. If you want
Yes.
to talk about white colonialism, still adopting this mentality and pushing it forward and then crying about white supremacy is crazy to me. Because you are indirectly, by proxy, perpetuating that mindset by doing
Yes,
this. And then
true.
you have the audacity to scream grifters when people call out this very damaging portrayal of what is already damaging a whole community. Like, there's
Yes.
no shortage of stories that could be told featuring African or Black or Caribbean protagonists. There's science fiction, there's high fantasy, romance, mystery, dark romance, time travel, whatever. Instead, developers have to lean into the cliche of black people plus stealing, or black people plus slavery, or white people racist, and then dress it up in some kind of context and call it a game. Like, it's just really annoying. I think people are really tired of it. Even other black people are really tired of it. It's kind of insulting. It's not even kind of insulting.
It is, and by the way, I will say this, it has to do with the criminal worship that we have right now in our times. For some reason, people just think this is such a cool thing to be a freaking criminal. And by the way, I understand that. I totally understand that, because at the end of the day, if you look at it pragmatically, people actually, for some fucking reason, like criminals. When people do something wrong, people are just like, yeah, go for it, that's good. No, it's not. It's bollocks. Just stop it. Don't be like a freaking criminal. Stop worshipping it. It's not a good path to walk on. Just freaking stop it.
Insulting, and it's annoying. It's so... Bro, it's so tone deaf. And then you'll have people, I'm not saying these people are, but you'll have people who are actually prejudiced people be like, yep, just depicting them the right way and giving them fodder for this. It does not make any sense. Dude, it is not that hard to just write characters who are characters first. Then you have people saying, you guys are just grifting outrage. You'll complain about anything. It's just a game. Relax. All right. Then why is it when the shoe's on the other foot, though, and there are no black characters, you get all bent out of shape about it and say there's not enough inclusion and diversity, and you get all bent out of shape? It's just a game. Relax.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Also, I don't really see anybody getting rich
Fair
or
enough.
famous off of calling out racism in indie video games. If we want clicks and clout, we just post clickbait reaction videos or make up drama or actually farm
Fair enough.
actual rage baiting outrage. But us pointing out something that's legitimately messed up because it is, and we're telling people, hey, maybe not do this because not the right time to do this, that's wrong. And these people don't think about things in the broad standard of things, right? Would it be satire if a bunch of Jewish characters were robbing a bank to reclaim Nazi gold? Would it be just a game if Native Americans in loincloths showed up raiding a museum? No? Then why is it different here? Why is it only different when it comes to black characters?
Because people want a virtual signal. It has nothing to... It's exactly the same. People just want a virtual signal. That's all. It's nothing else.
No, the other is, oh, it's offensive when everyone else does it, but let the black people do it. Let them do it. It's funny, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
I thought my jokes were bad.
And if your whole point is just, well, they're trying to reclaim what was stolen, fine. If that's empowering, then go ahead and make that the message. But frame it with pride, not as some goofy-ass heist comedy. You can have black characters reclaiming their heritage, or African characters reclaiming their heritage in ways that aren't freaking saturated in these cartoonish depictions of thievery and them being Wasn't there just a game recently about the same thing where the lead character is a black woman and she's going on a heist and stealing and shit?
Seems like everyone does these days. It's simple. Too much money and too much power is held by just a few people. And it's only getting worse. Let's go.
I just don't understand it. And I swear, if some of you people are like, oh, you're just being sensitive. Like, really? You're not the same ones who had issues with black people not being included in certain games where it doesn't make sense for them to be included in those games? Really?
Fair enough.
But we're being sensitive? Everybody calling this out is being sensitive? The people who are saying, hey, give black people better representation than being fucking thieves and slaves, we're being sensitive? Really? Okay, I don't get society at all. I really don't get society. And like I said, the game itself is pretty. I don't think anything is wrong with the game concept. Yes, I'm not saying that black people shouldn't be heist, people star in heist games or movies or whatnot. But there's a way to do things. Like I said, those examples I gave before, if they're offensive to those other ethnicities and cultures, then they should be offensive to African Americans or to Africans. Look how strong and brave we are. We're taking it back. We're gonna steal.
Stealing is...
Bruh. You see, this is the kind of... Oh my god, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And then, it's so low-hanging fruit these people did this on purpose. I feel like they did this on purpose. Watch the creator be black, too. That would be freaking hilarious, because that's what always happens. Wait. Okay, alright. Really? Really? In 4K. I'm so dead right now. Look. These people's comments. Oh, I can't. This is what I mean, though, right? Like, video games can literally be about anything. I understand that. I get it. But, can the games where they're pushing blackness or African culture be literally anything other than crime and struggle and the white man? Can we have something outside? Why is the media pushing this so hard the last 10 years? What is going on? It's like they're trying on purpose to sow dissent. And the reason why I speak up about things like this is because I recognize it for what it is. I realize what it is. And there might be some black people that are like, no, it's not that, because they haven't really stopped to think about it. It's giving, hey, people are laughing at you, not with you, and you don't realize they're doing it. And then people are trying to tell you, oh, by the way, nudge, nudge, those people aren't your friends. They're not laughing with you. they're laughing at you and you're laughing with them thinking that you're in on the joke. Bitch, you are the joke. But nope. Nope. Like, I will buy GTA 6 when it comes out because Rockstar at least makes their games really well. Didn't escape me, though, that every portrayal of the black characters in that was girls twerking on cars.
Crazy games. But in this particular trailer, there is some concerning things that people are talking about. It is talked about how black people are depicted. Now, these are real people. They pretty much use a likeness, but you have black women twerking there on the cars and with the weaves and the sandals going crazy, and you have Pookies and Ray Rays out there
acting ratchet as fuck. Like, I mean, every stereotype that you can look at. Yes, there's some white stereotypes there too, but which community is suffering more from those harmful stereotypes? That, yes, I understand the media is portraying them because they're pushing that. And there are some people or members of that community that are speaking or putting themselves in the middle of that representation and pushing that. That does not represent all of black people in America or all of Africans. Most Africans don't even act like that. So can we get some other freaking stories? Like, where are all the stories they have?
No, you can't. Right now, you just can't. It's... At this point, no. Sadly, no. That's just how the entire thing looks for now. And changing it will take time. And actually some balls from the communities that are involved in this or that are not involved. Involved is the wrong word for it. That are hit by it? Yeah, let's say that are hit by it. That's... I mean... Yeah, I just wish the world wasn't as effed up as it is right now.
Ava, Zeus and Thor and Germanic tales and folklore from Scotland and Ireland and all these different places. Can we have some of those stories from Africans? Like, I didn't even know that these freaking African gods and goddesses existed until I watched American Gods. And I stopped watching that because it just got really convoluted. But there were some things I didn't even know about. I'm like, who is this? I've never heard of this god before. And then I had to do another video and I was looking up all these different stories just out of curiosity because I was tired of Disney and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. There are all these different African gods and heroes and stuff. I've never heard of it. And it makes sense that there would.
By the way, I know some of them. Why? Because it's interesting. Some of them are very interesting. Voodoo, cannibal gods, god of death. It's... okay.
Would be because the continent is huge. It is gigantic and there are so many different countries in there with different cultures and different backgrounds and stories and folklore. And why are none of these being picked up? It's like America. It's like it's impossible for America to tell the story of, God forbid, African tales, like actual African tales. No, it's got to be connected to slavery in some way, shape, or form. It's got to be 12 years a slave. It's got to be freaking, oh my God, those white people and microaggressions and blah, blah, blah. And you don't realize the subtle messaging of it is that they want black people to maintain the mental slavery that Bob Marley talked about. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. It is mental slavery that they put you in. While pretending to be your friend, they're manipulating you into thinking you need them so they can remind you of how much of a victim that you are. So you need them. Yes. They need to be there for you. And then when you're constantly pushing that message and other people are getting tired of it and they're like, okay, everybody else went through something and you're the only ones who are harping on this, then the media or the people who are in charge and they're like,
see, you see how they treat you when you cry about your victimhood? Look at them, they hate you.
You're a victim, everything.
This is so accurate, by the way. This is just so on effing point. And I'm gonna be honest, I despise that it is on point. But yeah, that's just the truth. The truth is that people like to be seen as a victim for some effing, or a lot of people, especially a certain side, and it's just disgusting. I dislike it. Let's say it like this. Why? Why would you want that? I just don't get it. Why would you really wish for this, like being seen in this specific way? Why?
everything we said was right. You need us. And then they're like, yeah, we see it now, when they're the ones who manufactured that very outcome. Bro, wake up. Good grief. Anyway, what do I know? I'm just your average grifter on the internet.
Yeah, Farron, I mean, it's just always so freaking bad. It's once you're not, then you're a fascist, then you're a grifter, then you're something different, then you're, I don't know what comes next. To be completely honest, I just don't know. I hope that at some point we just find the effing time to just calm the F down and just start to live a freaking normal effing life. Just, it's, I just wish for everyone to be just healthy, do their thing, help each other, and just grow as humanity. And afterwards, after a while, dead and undead together, and just go hand in hand, and just behave like normal human beings for F's sake. That's just not happening right now. It's just a bit sickening to hear that time and time and time and time and time again for absolutely no reason. But okay, Acolytes, as it is, good night.